Okay, time now is 1:09 p.m. on April 3rd. Um, yeah, I don't know why I look very, tired with my eyes closed and stuff, but I've just had, 9 hours of sleep, maybe? Um, no, not 9, 8. Yeah, it's just 8, but still, this is the most I've slept since March 20th. So that's really fucking insane. So I feel great. I woke up and I look and I'm like, oh yeah, there's no alarm today. So yeah, that felt amazing. Um, Last night again, I tried to be productive. I tried to edit my short film. I tried to watch Severance. I cannot do it. I just keep falling asleep. I'm just really tired. Um, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try to do more stuff today because I have almost the whole day to myself. Um, so there's that. Um, yeah, I really need to finish editing my short film. That's my next goal. That's my next deadline. Is the short film Smooth Operator. And the editing is really fancy schmancy. It takes a long time to figure out what are the effects. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Today I'm going to the Cannes Film Festival meeting, which is going to be exciting. And then I'm also going to the production office to talk about the fight. The thing is, I could just lie and not tell anyone about the fight scene, but I also don't want to get expelled or anything. I'm doing it the right way. Okay, I'm doing it the right way, not the wrong way. I almost did the wrong way, but I'm doing it the right way. Okay, you happy? I might go to Trader Joe's for a little bit more food, just a teeny tiny bit. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have a lot else to add. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Still thinking about Jayun. I see her and it's like I don't even recognize her. But I think one of the great lessons I've learned in the past few years is to be natural. Because the thing is, I'm not even 100% sure how I feel about her, you know? And in this moment, there's no reason for me to stress at all, actually. I'm gonna hang out with her more. If she seems like a good friend, then let's be friends, you know? Um, just be natural. Don't stress, don't push it, let it happen. Don't force yourself. Don't find excuses to text her, you know? Let it naturally develop. Yeah. Um yeah, that's pretty much it. And if I do have some if she becomes more interesting than that, then I should start stressing out, you know. Well, Bridget texted me last night asking me to send her the intro to Chinese religion syllabus, which is pretty interesting because she got curious after I told her about that. So yeah, hopefully I get into Camps Fest. Please let me get into Camps Fest. I cannot deal with another rejection. Yeah, thank you. Ha. Okay, time now is 8:46 p.m. I came back home an hour ago and I just spent an hour just doom scrolling and watching YouTube videos on my phone. But yeah, here I am. Let's talk about today. Let's wrap things up. Today is nice because I got to wake up late and I wasn't really in a rush to do things, even though I have a lot to do actually. Um, I missed the bus to school at around 4:50. I walked to school, walked to SCA, and I visited the I visited the production office, and turns out they're closed. I thought they closed at 7 p.m. because their website says 7 p.m., but they close at 5. But thank God, when I arrived there, it was around 5:05 p.m., so the people there hasn't left. So one of the guys who works there opened the door and just at the doorway asked me, like, do you have any questions? Like, what's going on? And I just told him my situation with the fight scene and I need a permit and everything. And he's just like, well, um, you have to talk to the professor first. And that's hilarious because the professor told me you have to talk to the office first. And another thing is apparently they don't have a list of stunt coordinators. All they need is proof that the stunt coordinator is experienced, has done stunts before, etc. So that's really great news, but that means it kind of depends on whether the professor approves or not. So yeah, so there's that. So that's good news. This means I have hope. But either way, I've already shot the thing. I don't know why. I've already shot it. Why am I still stressed about it? You know? Anyways, I went to the con meeting. I was 15 minutes late. I arrived in the room at around 5:15 on the third floor, and a bunch of people showed up. Colin, Garrett, Mustafa, I believe is his name. He's from Pakistan. And then Tiger, Lily, and Emma, the returners, and then Zach and Brennan and Camden, 2 master's degree CAM students. Also TAs, I believe, or affiliated with TAs, I don't know. And Sandrine was there, and I went in, and I don't have a chair. So I awkwardly sit there for a bit, and then I went out. I went to the meeting room, 362, to steal a chair. Respectfully stole a chair. And then took it to the room, and then we had the meeting. And yeah, the meeting was nice. I like that we're just sitting around and just talking. And Matt also joined over Zoom. It's interesting because Matt earlier today was at a pro-Palestine protest at the USC Village, but I guess it would be a bad idea for him to directly enter campus after that. So he's just walking. So a few things come up. First is a lot of people are joining us, which is good and bad. Good because if more people are coming to the house, to the villa where we're staying, it means that some money will be returned to us. So that's great. But also too much people are coming, so we're kicking people out now. And Tiger has kind of become the leader of the team. Like Tiger was just coordinating with things, taking down notes, and everyone's just following along. And then Garrett talked about the podcaster who wants us to do an interview when we're at Cannes, which is difficult because I don't know if we're going to have time to do it. And then we talked about social media, and I wanted to do Instagram stuff. I mean, unless they're considering YouTube, which I believe I've done YouTube for nearly 8 years now, and oh my god, yes, it's been a while. Holy shit. And I think I have some power in that. So I mentioned, how about YouTube? And I thought no one's going to take me seriously, but Tiger was like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Maybe we should do it. And yeah, but the thing is, it's really a lot of effort unless we make it short and simple. And also, Matt was like, not fond of the idea, of course. Matt was like, yeah, 50 views on YouTube is sadder than 50 likes on Instagram. which is true because I think you can get likes pretty easily on Instagram. Um, but 50 views is a bit tough because this is a completely brand new channel unless we tell people to follow it, etc. So Garrett suggested that we should all come together and react to the Cannes Film Festival lineup announcement, which is next Thursday at 2 a.m. And originally I was thinking I'll just film my own reaction at my own apartment, but now that there's that event, now that's fucking content. And I'm like, well, we could just film that. We could just make that into reality TV. So I'm now in charge of the YouTube. Colin is in charge of the reality TV, but I think whatever the case may be, the reality TV and the YouTube will come hand in hand anyway. So hopefully I have dibs on that as well. And then we just talked about logistics, plane flights. So it's getting really close to the festival now. We have less than 1.5 months left, and it's about damn time to book a flight ticket. And as it turns out, we're checking out of the villa on the 24th, which means we're missing the closing ceremony. And Min, who is coming with us, Min Kim, he hates that idea and he keeps protesting against it. And I was like, yeah, low key, I'm probably gonna stay one more night. And then a lot of other people were like, yeah, I think we might do that too. And then so Tiger was like, maybe we could ask them to extend for one more night. So we'll see. But only after I know will I book the plane tickets. Because the thing is, I know I'm being greedy, but I also kind of want to sightsee around Cannes, or at least settle down, go to a cafe, drink a cup of coffee, just relax and enjoy for the first day. I don't want to just arrive and immediately just go boom, 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 you know? And Garrett, and I believe Colin's going with him too, because they're very close, apparently. They're going to arrive a day early at Nice anyways. So maybe I could join, or maybe, I don't know why. I feel like they're dating, but they might just be friends. Like, I cannot tell anymore. But yeah. So, either way, I want to stay for the closing ceremony, even if I can't get in. Apparently, people line up to the closing ceremony since 7 a.m. and they still couldn't get in. So, that might be the case, but at least we could watch it on stream live instead of being on a plane or something. Also, apparently Colin and Garrett are going on a Euro trip right after this. I, for one, don't have that much time or that much money. I'll be going back home. I'll save up a little bit. Maybe I'll go to Japan, but, yeah. So we'll see, but flight tickets are urgent. And also tux. I need to find somewhere to rent a tux. I asked Brenna and Camden, and neither of them have tux, which surprises me. And then yeah, we just left. So at the end of the meeting, it's just me, Tiger, Emma, Brennan, and Camden. Not only was I the only Asian, but I was also really young in that group. And we just talked about movies, and I was able to really I know what they're talking about, It's actually really cool. And yeah, we were also talking about, we should all, instead of reacting to the Cannes film lineup in someone's apartment, we should all just go to a bar or a diner to do it, which is interesting. Okay. So yeah, next Thursday is going to be fun. And also I'm going to be so sleep deprived, but it would be worth it. So we'll see. So that's that. I went to Trader Joe's, came back home. I feel like I haven't bought enough food in Trader Joe's. I feel like I still need some meat. But I can go any other day. So for the rest of the day, I actually have a lot to do. I need to finish editing Smooth Up. I need to deal with some ALI stuff. I have a bunch of random stuff to deal with. And then, yeah, I don't know. I also want to, I don't know. I have a lot to do actually. I have videos to edit, etc. I think, um, okay. Oh, Maisie. Maisie emailed me and apparently Christian and G as well and this other girl, four of us, because somebody asked Maisie to PD on a set or just be a set dresser or art PA, and Maisie's like, I'm busy, but you can ask these other four people, which is who I'm honored. I'm now like one of the. I'm now a name. I have a name on me. I'm a name now. Shite. Okay. I guess the final thing I would like to talk about. Okay, the final thing I'd like to talk about is jogging again. Not really a lot. Um, I'm thinking like even if we don't gel well with each other, being friends with her is a big deal. I think because A, we already have a lot of mutuals. B, we're taking the same class together. But C, like I think because she has the connections and she's so uppity and energetic, but I'm more like artistic and I think I can offer something different to what she normally goes with. I think if we become friends, it's already like a really good thing. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Really, I hope we're still seeing each other on Saturday on set. Um, and yeah, I'm super excited for Thursday. Tomorrow, I'm heading over to Santa Monica to go to Luis' place, and then also TA4 told me he has another thing, so we can't meet tomorrow. Um, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I'm having steak and potatoes and maybe salad kit later tonight. Yeah. Okay, fuck me. Time now is 10:14 a.m. on April 4th. Yeah, I slept from 5:35 to 10 a.m. Yeah. So yeah, that's less than 4.5 hours. So yay, we're back in the sleep deprivation grind, I guess. So yeah, I I did not watch a film last night, and yet I still went to bed super late because I spent a lot of time editing my own short film, and I'm actually close to finishing it in terms of laying out all the clips, but I'm still far from finishing it. I've never edited a short film from in such a rush before. Usually I procrastinate, which is good because I'm giving myself space to process things, but I just hastily put all the clips together and then just yeah, it's not, you know, it's not great. Um but yeah, that's basically it. So I'm nearly done in terms of just the image alone. Um yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I'm waking up early just so that I could at 11:30 meet the uh, production office and meet the head, I believe, of the production office to discuss a safety request for my short film. So there's that. even though I still haven't received the credits with Thanos or received a response from my professor, so I have no idea. Man, I have no fucking idea. Um, so anyways, there's that. Um, and then, apparently I'm not meeting TA4 again. We keep moving the schedule. It's so crazy. Like, we never have a working schedule. Ever. Um, which is good because now I have time to go home, have lunch, and then travel to Santa Monica to do the coloring, so that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, excited for tomorrow to the film set with Jayun, I guess, if that even happens. I don't know why, I don't want to be pessimistic, but a small part of me is thinking, like, oh, what if it's cancelled? Or, like, what if Jayun's like, nah, we don't need your help anymore? Yeah. Yeah, and then on Sunday, I was gonna maybe go watch a film, etc., but no, I'm just gonna sleep. Sleep is more important. Yeah, that's it. Okay, time now is 5:11 p.m. So, a lot of things are changing, a lot of things are moving, and I don't know what the fuck is happening anymore. I'm gonna explode, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna do all sorts of crazy things to my face. Um, so today the plan was originally to go visit the SPO, the Student Production Office at the third floor of SCA, and have a meeting with the management there, the head there, I believe. His name is Hashem. Sit down, have a talk with them for about half an hour about my safety issues, and then I'm gonna yeah, and then I meet up with TA4. We have ALI meeting, and then afterwards I go home or I have lunch, and then I directly go over to Santa Monica to Luis's apartment to color my film. Well, aside from the meeting at SPO, nothing else happened. So, of course, TA4 has some kind of deadline, so we're meeting probably on Tuesday morning. Not too sure. Um, now, um, afterwards, I, um, came back home. Okay, so, fuck me. So, here's the thing. So, I met up with the guy at SPO office at first in the morning. And I sat down at his office, and I'm tired. I'm not a morning person. I'm like a zombie in the morning. I sat down, and he's just like, so, oh, you're Enoch. Is that, the only people I know whose name is Enoch is like Ethiopian or something. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, it's a biblical name. He's like, oh, that's interesting. And so off to a nice start, and then we talked about our safety, and he's really chill. He's like, oh well, we don't even need to see your stunt coordinator's past experience, but like tell him who he is and then storyboard it so that we know what's going to happen and write the request in greater detail. So, yeah. So I was like, okay, thank you. So I left and I went home and I had lunch, which is just lasagna. And then I was, I was just really tired. I thought about going back to bed, and then I'm like, oh yeah, the permits. Fuck, the safety permit. So, after a while, I actually drew a fucking storyboard right here, right now. I drew it, and this is a fucking lie, by the way. And here it looks like there are only 4 shots in the fight, but actually there are probably 7 shots, and there are more punches and kicks than that. But this is simplified so that at least I've done something about this situation. Um, I hope the professor isn't mad that I simplified my fight and then lied. But yeah, I did my permit thing, and then yeah, yeah, beans. I don't know. I don't fucking know. So, my grandma wants to send me something. So, I resubmitted my form. So, here's what you may be thinking. Well, what about coloring your short film? What about Luis? Well, 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 how the things have changed. So, Justin T is watching the Minecraft movie tonight, and I wanted to go see it too, because I'm a huge troll. And but I told Justin T, oh, I can't come because I need to color my short film. Now, I realized that actually I have nothing to do on Sunday night, so why don't I just color the film with Luis on Sunday? And it's better that day too, because right now the edit that I have is still really sloppy, really rough, and is nowhere near in the condition where I can bring it over to Luis's place. And Luis was like, oh yeah, Sunday works even better. And I'm like, great. So I immediately DM'd Justin T. I was like, hey, which seat, what time is the movie? And they're like, and he's like, oh, but I'm going to Little Tokyo first. And I'm like, it's fine. And then a whole hour later, he told me, oh, it's 8 p.m. And then a long time later, he finally told me what seat he's sitting at. So yes, so tonight I'm not going to Luis's place. I'm going to Little Tokyo to have dinner, and then I'll be watching the Minecraft movie with Justin T and a couple other friends of his. So that's that. Um, Another thing is I texted Jayun. I was like, oh yeah, speaking of film sets, tomorrow's supposed to be the pickup shoot for Summer's End. So I texted Jayun. I was like, hey, so what's tomorrow's plan? And Jayun surprisingly responded to me really fast. She had the response to me in 4 days or in 3 seconds, and nothing in between, really. She said, oh, so about tomorrow, I'm sorry, we have to reschedule because of the actor's availability. I knew it! I fucking knew it! The past 2 days. Man, the last 2 days, I've been thinking like, ooh, I'm looking forward to this one thing. I bet it's not even going to happen. And I was right. So it's not happening. Yeah, so it'll be rescheduled, so there's a chance that it'll still happen. But tomorrow is one of those days where I'm miraculously free. Next Saturday, I'm not free. I'm going to watch The Emperor's Naked Army Marches On. And I'm like, well, I kind of saw it coming. And then I told her, and I told her, oh, by the way, the receipts for PD, I'm gonna send it over I'm gonna put it on the Google Drive. And she's like, oh, or you can just send them to me. And I'm like, okay. And then she's like, she told me that she's been busy because a legendary line producer just dropped out of her project, and now she's going crazy trying to find someone. And I'm like, I'm sure you'll find someone. Like everyone. Oh yeah, I told her that. Oh, she asked me if it's under budget because the budget is $200, and I'm like, yes, it's under 200 because I stole wood from the School of Architecture. And she's like, ah, oh, you're a genius. And whenever she or anyone says something like that, I'm always skeptical. Don't ever call me a genius, okay? I never take compliments because I don't trust them. But she's like, oh, you're a genius. And oh my god, it's 5:19. And I was like, yeah, well, always have friends in architecture. And she's like, yep, I do have friends in architecture. And I'm like, haha, I bet you have every friend in every major. And then she told me about this line producer issue where this legendary line producer dropped out of her project, and she's kind of freaking out. And I'm like, you'll be fine. Like, you'll be fine. Don't worry, you know everyone. I'm sure you'll find one. And then she's like, yeah, it's been kind of tough. I've been on so many things are happening to me. I feel like I need to take antidepressants. And I'm like, oh. I was like, don't push yourself. I told her, don't push yourself. You're only on your second semester. Dude, you're only like 19. What the fuck are you doing? Go drink a drink and relax. And then she's like, I'm sure I'm not pushing myself. Like, I'm only freaking out because of line producer dropping out. Like, it's not my fault. But I have a god tier producer and a god tier DP. And the producer has worked for, like, big TV shows and some company I forgot. And then the line producer works for A24 and had a schedule conflict. And I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, Jesus Christ. You're just a 19-year-old girl. How do you know all these, like, A24 people and, like... What's wrong with you? like, was it the... like, what's wrong with you? So yeah, we had a nice but brief conversation, and then I finally got my professor to sign my form, my safety form, and then I immediately texted my group chat with Audrey and Tina, my trio mates, and I called them. I called Tina, and Tina didn't pick up, but Tina texted me and was like, yes, I'll sign. So they signed right in the nick of time. And then Audrey was the last person to sign at 4:58 p.m. The office closed at 5. And then for some reason, within those 2 minutes, Hashem, the head of the team, did not sign it. So right now I'm looking at it, still not signed. I submitted the same request 4 fucking times, by the way. 4 times. So yeah, but I'm not that scared anymore because at least the professor is happy with it. Honestly, aside from this fight, I have like 15 other things that are like breaking the rules in the short film, basically. But it's like, as long as the professor's okay with it and the TA is okay with it and that they don't rat me out and then get me, I don't know, expelled from the school, then that's okay. That's the main point. The main point isn't me trying to be safe, trying to abide by the rules. The main point is I don't want to be expelled. So I need to, like, tuck it in and play a little soft. Whatever those 2 phrases mean. So, yeah. I'm gonna just snuck it in, tuck it in, pat it, brush it, with silk. I don't know. Yeah, so I hope it still gets approved. If not, it's fine. I've shot the fucking fight already. They think I'm shooting this weekend. I've shot it already. And, yeah, that's it. So, yeah, I hope I get to work with Giant on the set anyways. And also, I ran into Colin. I DM'd Colin right after the con meeting yesterday, and Colin didn't read it, of course. But of course, if I see him in person with his glowing red hair, he would. And then, like, I was leaving campus and I was gonna walk to my bus stop, and then I ran into him walking towards campus. So I walked with him towards campus, pretending that I'm going to class or some stupid shit. And I was like, we talked a little bit. He's like, how's it going? And I'm like, yeah, it's been hectic. And he's like, yeah. So apparently he's taking 294 with the same professor I am with 290. And I told him about my situation, but I'm just telling people things and they can never really help. And then I asked him about con, and apparently in 294 he has a mystery final exam about like rules and stuff, and he doesn't even have a date yet. So he originally planned to go to London first because he has family there before heading to France, and then arriving at Nice on the 12th, but now he's not even sure. So he said he'll update me, but that's some good information. So we'll know soon. And that's it. breaking rocks and shit, cause I'm in fucking Minecraft.
Snow White. Maybe Snow White, bro. 1.5 out of 10. IMDb.
Steve. Oh my god. Oh my. What the hell? IMAX 4D 8K upscaled.
What the fuck? It's actually big.
What the flip? What the frick is this? Oh my freaking gosh.
It's like a 4D seat.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's 4D.
Are you?
Hi. I'm Steve. Jim Jockey. Okay, time is 1:27 a.m. in the morning. I came back home about 2 hours ago. Yeah, so just a quick update on the second half of the day. Nothing too insane happened. But I got to have some fun, which is crazy. I didn't see it coming. I don't know why. Every time I have fun, I feel like I shouldn't be doing it because I should be doing something productive instead. Because I usually have like 10,000 things to do. So today when I had fun, I was like skeptical. I was like, should I even be doing this? But yeah, I think it's important to let loose a little and enjoy life a little. So anyways, yeah, I walked to take a dash bus, and then I was on my way to the gateway side of USC. Oh, so yeah, so originally the plan is to have dinner at Little Tokyo, but then suddenly Justin T was like, nah, never mind, let's eat here. And it's this pho place that's new, and it's like right beside USC. So that's great, because now I don't have to take a metro all the way to Little Tokyo just to have dinner. And Justin T wants to have dinner at Daikokuya, which, I mean, it's cool, but I haven't had Vietnamese food for quite some time. So when he suggested pho, I was actually even happier. So I was taking the bus, and I was listening to music, I was focused, and apparently someone vomited in the back of the bus, and I totally did not realize that. So the bus driver was like, get off, and I got off, and then the bus sort of drove away, and I got really curious as to what happened. So there was a couple, and I just walked up to them, and I was like, hey, so what did he say? And he was like, and she was like, oh, somebody threw up, and I'm like, oh, really? So yeah, I walked. So I walked all the way to Gateway, and I went to this new pho restaurant, and there was a huge line. I did not know that by new, they mean like new. Like today's the opening day of the restaurant or something. So, Justin T and two other people are already inside, so I went in, and I saw Cameron Lee, big Chinese American guy with glasses. Didn't say hi, but I recognize him. So it's Justin T, his friend Jacob, and then also another guy whom I've never seen before. Apparently, we've seen before when we had dinner at Gardens Cafe earlier last Thanksgiving. But I had no recollection of him, which is weird. Usually I recognize people, but he does not look like anyone I know. Maybe it's because it's been a while and his look has changed. But anyways, we had pho. I ordered home-styled, a classic staple pho, and it's a huge bowl. Lots of beef, onion, and it was very satisfying. I had a good meal. I ordered lime soda, so technically my order is more expensive than everyone else's, but Justin T was like, yeah, let's just split the bill into 4. So I ended up paying only $18. We also had spring rolls, but I only ate 1. Some others ate 2. And then immediately, I had to eat very fast because we have to catch the bus to Regal LA Live. I like that we're taking public transportation because we really don't want to waste money. So we went all the way to Regal LA Live, and it's just me, Justin T, and Jacob. And a little bit later, another guy joined. We were at Regal LA Live, and we arrived ultra early. So we sat through the ads. At some point, the ads were so unbearable that we had to leave for a bit. But yeah, so we watched Minecraft the movie, and there were times where I was like, I spent $24 on this. Holy shit. Like, why am I wasting so much money on this shitty movie? But I was enjoying myself for the most part in the film. Some parts are really boring, but some parts are just downright stupid, so bad it's good. And I had fun. I just wish I'm seeing this in a way bigger crowd in AMC or something. I think that would just be like Megalopolis all over again, you know. But yeah, it was a good experience. Also, for some reason, I'm really relaxed in front of Jacob and Justin T. Like, I say things and I act really confident. I feel like I'm beginning to develop this sense where if I'm older than that person, then I always act more like older. I have a senpai aura, and I'm having that aura more and more. Like, even when I talk to Jayun, I think the first 2 times I spoke with Jayun, I was like timid, a little timid, maybe a bit awkward, but like the more I speak to her, the more I realize that she is still young. And yeah, she's probably been through a lot, and she's been in relationships. I haven't. And she's been on a lot of sets and has a lot of experience, and I haven't. But I also have thought more than she has, right? I have experienced emptiness and sadness more than she has, probably. I don't fucking know, actually. But like when I talk to her, I don't feel this nervousness anymore. I don't feel this like, oh, what if I say the wrong thing? Like, I just want to say what I want to say, and she'll have to decide what to make with it. And that's a great feeling because with Leslie, it was different. Leslie, I was afraid to talk to her, and I was afraid of what I might say to her every single day. And I think this, I like that I don't really have fear talking to her. But yeah, had a nice brief chat. It sucks that I won't be able to see her tomorrow. But the good thing is I am completely 100% free tomorrow. So I don't know. Low key, I want to hit up Christian R and Alexis so that we can have dinner together. But I also don't want to waste money. So tomorrow's just gonna be chill. Gonna be home all day for the most part. I do want to go to Trader Joe's and buy a little more food, just a teeny tiny bit. Maybe hit the gym. Yeah, Sunday's gonna be a little more complicated because I'm probably gonna help Avikai with his film, and then in the afternoon I'm going to Luis's place, and then I also have the HKOS Zoom meeting. Not a lot of news from HKOS. The thing is, I sent all these emails and like people don't even fucking respond to them, and it's frustrating. I don't know what to do with them. Like, I want the rights to specific films, but I can't get them. I'm also enjoying my crispy voice, so yeah, my nails healing, so that's cool. And yeah, next week's gonna be fun because there's a con reveal, and then there's the Steel Ball Run event. I don't know, and I'm not that worried about not seeing Jayun ever, actually, because like I run into her a lot on campus, and I realized that almost every Wednesday around noon she's always there. I don't know why. So every time on a Wednesday noon, I'm like, yeah, she might be there. Also Thursday afternoon. So it's interesting how I'm like acclimating to the to the SCA life, because like in CMD is different. In CMD, I'm not worried about not seeing people because everyone's always at CMD because it's such a small campus. SC is different because it's so huge, but sometimes people are just there and you just gotta believe, you know? Even Colin, it's like, if I don't get to talk to Colin, it's fine, because I know within the next few weeks I will somehow run into him. I just believe that I will. Okay, one final thing is I got the email saying that my safety request is approved. So that's good at like 10 p.m., which is crazy. Way over office hours, but sure. So yeah, I got it. Which means nothing to me because I've already filmed the fight scene anyways. But they don't know. They have no idea. Yeah, so crazy news. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I have sleep all 3 days. I can sleep like a juicy pig 3 days in a row. That is a gift from heavens, and I will cherish that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, you know, it's easy to think that I'm nowhere near success. You know, I submit short films to small film festivals and I still get rejected. But like, remind me, where was I 2 years ago? 2023 April, I was sad, struggling. I was in love with Leslie. Nobody knows me. I had about 500, 400 and something Instagram followers, maybe. But now, I've finished shooting my 10th short film. I keep running into people at SCA, and I've met quite a few people, quite a few celebrities. I'm going to Cannes Film Festival, and I have all these connections. I'm not as great as Jayun, but if I'm friends with Jayun, that already puts me in a great advantage. Like, me running into her and that Hout magazine party is like, what if I was too chicken to go to that party that night, you know? What if I was too chicken to talk to John L. in 2022, you know? Go out and talk to random people. You never know what you're gonna get. Yeah, you know, even Maisie, like when Maisie TA'd for Intro to Art Directing, I didn't speak to her at all. But then I ran into her on set and we exchanged Instagrams, and somehow after a few tiny conversations, she trusts me way more now, and she's tagging me, recommending me as a art person. Like, you never know, do you? You never freaking know. Yeah. It's crazy too. Like, I went to USC Set to Help, and like anywhere the wind blows, it's like the fucking Avengers of like MFA films, especially with people like Amanda Chen as a camera PA and like North as a sound person for like a couple days, and now both of them are just like ultra active people in SCA film. And I was the scripty, and I was there, and I bet they didn't see that I would also somehow end up in USC. We'll be discussing the same professors. We'll be roaming through the same rooms and halls, and yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm going somewhere at least. And again, like even looking even farther back, I'm just imagining when Natalie and Cedric, and I think a few days ago when I posted a story about Seeing Pong Joon-ho, I think a bunch of people also saw my story. People like Linda, who I haven't spoken to in like a decade maybe. I'm not talking about Linda, the Chinese girl. I'm talking about the OG Linda. Jordana maybe. Like what do they think of me? Because I speak such fluent English. I hang out with people. Like, I just know all these film people. And I'm just, like, hanging out with friends and stuff. Like, yeah. what do they think of me now? Do they even recognize me anymore? The funny thing is, like, in 2020 and 2021, I'm like, oh my god, everyone's changing. But then now we hit 2025, and I feel like I'm the one who's changed the most. Yeah. Oh well. I'm also like very okay with talking to strangers now. I don't really know why. Like, I still hate talking to strangers, but like, if I'm forced to, I can do it. I can really do it because I've done it too much. But yeah, we'll see. Okay, time now is 1:26 p.m. on April 5th. Shout out to my mom, it's her birthday. Yeah, I went to bed at like 4:20 actually. But I didn't really fall asleep until like 4:45 or something because I was like updating things on my phone. But yeah, and then I slept all the way till 1:30. Felt fucking amazing, man. This is amazing. This is a blessing. I love it. Yeah, in another world, I would be on set with Jayun, which is also good, but yeah, this is also fucking fantastic. I love sleeping. Can't stress this enough, but I love sleeping. Last night I was gonna watch a movie, and I fell asleep before I even pressed play. I sat on my chair and I was like, I'm just gonna chill here for a little bit, and then I just fell asleep. So yeah, I'm a sleepy boy. What can I say? So yesterday wasn't very productive. Hopefully I'm more productive today, given that I'll be spending a lot of time at home today. Um, yeah. Uh, yeah. Really, not a lot to say. Honestly, I'm probably gonna hit the gym. Probably gonna go to Trader Joe's for a bit, and I'll I'll be filming a review. I'll be editing stuff. I'll be watching movies. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have a lot to add. I mean, yeah, after Smooth Operator, it's really, huge stone lifted from my chest, but I do need to make a short film for my religion class final exam now. Um, but yeah, um, that should be pretty easy, honestly. I do need a tripod though. I do need a tripod, but I have sound equipment, and I don't think I need gimbal for that. Um, I do need a tripod and an ND filter though. Um, yeah. Oh well. And yeah, there really is nothing to be said. I'm also gonna wake up a little early tomorrow to help Avichai with his short film, and then go over to Luis's place to color. Um, and then on Monday, it's also gonna be, sleep in, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't really have a lot else to say. Um, yeah, excited for Can. Okay, time now is 10:09 p.m. Yeah, let's wrap up the day. I'm actually really hungry right now, but I'll do this and I'll have dinner, and then, let's move on. Today is so chill, which is unexpected considering how intense all the other days have been. And it kind of, it's crazy because 1 year ago, I think early 2024, I'm sort of still in this, oh, I go to class and then I go home and I stay home all day. But nowadays, a home all day is rare and is a blessing. And I didn't stay home all day, as you can probably guess. I I did have a really nice sleep, and after I woke up, I took a very long time doing a couple reviews, especially my Cantonese Mushishi review. That took a very long time. And then it was already 5 p.m. The gym closes at 7, and I still want to hit the gym. It's so funny. So I immediately made myself lunch, and oh no, after I finished the review, it was 6 p.m., not 5. It was 6 p.m. and 1 hour before the gym closes. And I'm like, I'm starving. I have to have lunch. So I made myself lunch, which is a very quick sandwich. I made it in like 10 minutes. And then I immediately ate it up. And then I walked to the gym because I couldn't take the bus. And then as I arrived at the gym, I had about 15 minutes left. I had 15 minutes left before the gym closes. So literally I went in there for no reason. But I thought to myself, why shy away? Like, let's, why say no? I know it's moronic, but like, why not? I'm gonna do some exercises for 10 minutes. So that's what I did. And as I walked into the gym, Anya Temple, the black girl who was dancing in the dance music video shoot that I was on, she was there talking to the counter people at the gym, and he's like, "Oh, Enoch, what a coincidence! I was just talking about the music video." And then I tried to swipe my card and it denied me, and then someone was like, "Oh no, it's closing in like 15 minutes." And then I kept swiping, and I went to another lane and I swiped and I got in. And I had about 3 minutes of conversation with her. And she's like, "Oh, I know it's really stressed because like the night before a lot of drama happened. I don't know if you knew." And I'm like, "I don't know." And she's like, "Oh, it's good that you don't know. But I saw that you were quite stressed during the shoot." And I'm like, "Oh no, I wasn't stressed. I was just not a morning person. And in the morning I'm like this." And then, and I went in. And then she's like, "Oh, but the gym's closing in like 10 minutes. And I'm like, "I'll be quick. It's a quick in and out." So yeah, it's very stupid, but I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. I'll go into the gym and I'll just do something for 10 minutes. It's better than nothing, So literally and it was so empty. First thing I did, I grabbed 2 sets of dumbbells, 10 pound and 15 pound, and I did lateral raises. I think I did like 3 sets, like back to back to back, or 2 sets, I think. And then I'm done. I put back the dumbbells and I left. There was a black girl and she was like, "Oh no, the dumbbells don't belong here." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm gonna take them back." She thought I'm like packing or something. Like she thought I'm trying to place things back. But no, I'm trying to do exercises. So I did lateral raises, and color me surprised. I did the 10 pounds. It was real easy. And then I did 15 pounds and it was not that bad. I don't know what happened. Last time I did 15-pound lateral raise, I was literally dying. My face turned red. But this time around, I could do it. It's still tough, but I was able to raise it up high like this. And it was kind of a miracle. And then I did 10 pounds again, and it kind of worked. I didn't do both hands. I did one hand and then left, right, left. Right is easier than left, but I was able to do 15 pounds. It was quite impressive, actually. So I put my dumbbells back and I just left. So that was the quickest gym session in record history. But yeah, that's basically it. But that was good because I think this proved that I can improve. Or maybe it's like a sleep thing. Maybe I had a full night's sleep and that somehow made me stronger. I don't know. But I'd like to think that my shoulders are getting broader. Anyways, I immediately went to Trader Joe's, bought teeny tiny amounts of food, $20-something, and then took a free lift, came back, and then boom, that's it. I also spent some time cleaning up my bathtub. So now it's squeaky clean. It's squeaky clean. I poured bleach all over, and I'm gonna do that to my sink later. But yeah, looking good, looking fresh, looking sharp. And yeah, I might do a little laundry later. I'm pretty much on track with my schedule. I still have a lot to do, obviously, but I just finished a whole film just now. So I already had a film done. I'm gonna finish another film later. And yeah, all is well, man. All is well. Um, yeah. I still, I still really want to go onto a set with Jiren. I know eventually in June I will see her again for Rush. I, I've once again arrived at a place where I wonder how far or how close I am to a person. Because as you can probably tell, I'm not that close to her. And she's not that close to me. Um, I have people that I trust more, like Christian R, for example, or Glenn and Rachel. I think I trust. Who else do I trust a lot? I guess Colin, to some extent, I think earned my trust a little bit. Um, but yeah, surprisingly, Christian R is the guy whom I think I trust the most. And Rachel and Glenn, I guess. And Giant, I'd say, is tier B or tier C. If A is closest to me, and then maybe F is farthest, she's like C, or B or C. I'd say maybe late B, early C. Low B, high C. Now I'm guessing how close I am to her. Because the thing is, she has a bajillion friends. She knows people working for A24. She knows Hans Zimmer's son. She knows this and that and this and that. And she's so young, yet she's so powerful already. So I talked to her, and she seems nice, and she seems really open, and she talks about how stressed she is. But I wonder, does she do this to every friend of hers, you know? So I don't know, maybe I'm C, maybe I'm tier D, maybe I'm tier E to her. There's no telling. And I think I do this with like all these people. Like when I'm with Pepper, I always wonder how close I am to her. If she just came to LA, I mean, and I'm referring to round one, right, early 2022. If she just came to LA half a year before I did, and I'm the only Hong Konger, like I'm one of the few Hong Kongers she knows, and we're in the same class and we're into film and we're literally the same age, maybe we're really close. So at the time I was like banking on the idea that I'm tier B or even tier A. And for her, she's like immediately tier A because I barely know anyone at the time. I could barely put people into tiers. And I think this overestimating how close I am is kind of a crutch. And especially with Leslie, the second time I've ever fallen in love, really. I think now that was truly something because this time I'm in love with her. I was in love with her, and I truly thought because she hates everyone, but then she's nice to me when she's talking to me on Instagram or in person. I always thought I gotta be close to the top. You know, I gotta be in her top 3 people. Even if that is true, because of how volatile she is emotionally, even if I'm in the top 3, I could sink to the bottom within seconds. But another thing is, there are definitely people aside from me that I have never even heard of, never seen before, that is in the top tier and not me. So I completely overestimated how close I am to her. But I think for future, encounters, I always know that I will never be that close. But isn't that stressful? Like, how far away am I? Or how close am I? You never really know. So it is really stressful, especially given that Jiren was like talking to me pretty much every single day during the Christmas holiday, and she wanted to meet me, and we had a phone call. So at that moment, it seems like we're suddenly really close, and it was a bit of a punch in the face, and then suddenly she kind of disappeared for a while, and we were kind of far apart again. So it's very unstable and inconsistent. And given that she's even farther removed, say Leslie is Chinese born and raised. But Jian is like Canadian too. So it's like even more culturally removed and even more unstable. And the US is even bigger. So it's an even bigger environment. It's an even bigger fish tank, right? So I think this time around, I really do not underestimate how far apart we can be. But yeah, that's my only thought of the day, I guess. But I'm not like stressed out about things at all. Mainly because I don't really have that much feelings towards her. But I'm not really that stressed out at all. Like 2 years ago in April and May, I was super duper stressed because I was really into Leslie, and then during spring break, I pretty much confirmed that I like her. And then after spring break, it's like, oh, maybe we should watch a movie together. Maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking of hanging out with her, blah, 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 blah. And, it was really stressful last April, but it's not that stressful now. I think it's also because I've grown thicker skin. I think I'm just more like, if somebody insult me or put me in jeopardy, I'm less scared now because I know what I'm capable of. And I know that I have some kind of power too. I think a lot of what I guess changed for my personality over the last 2 years post Leslie is that I know what kind of person I am now, and I take advantage of it. Like, I know that I'm a soft-spoken, nice guy who's also weird and quirky. And sometimes the weirdness can put some people off, and I know that. But sometimes the weirdness can, be refined into something interesting and colorful, and I also know that. I know my limits. I know I'm bad at huge social situations, so I approach people one-on-one. Some people cannot do one-on-ones, and they can only do social situations. It's I'm a musical instrument. I gotta press the right buttons. Yeah, that's it.